Well, welcome in, everybody. We are here on the Rock FM's, the Florence Center, Carolina Havoc and the Peach State Cats. Patrick Johnson with you on the broadcast here this evening from Florence, South Carolina. The Peach State Cats in their first game of the year. Havoc opened with that thrilling 60-59 win over Cape Fear last week. And the kick sailing out of bounds. It's going to be first and 10 from the 5-yard line as we get underway here. The Peach State Cats will have it first here in quarter number one. They have a couple of quarterbacks they were going to talk about starting. They're going to go with the veteran Chris Payne here over the rookie Kevin Ellison. He'll have a back beside him, a receiver out to his right and to his left, and one that'll go in motion here. And we have a whistle here early on. And I think they're having a little bit of a problem getting the wall straight over on the far side along the area where the Cats are huddled up near their locker room. Havoc defense allowing 59, but we're dominant at times last week up until the very end. Man goes in motion, and the quarterback hit. The ball comes loose. It's going to be ruled incomplete. A couple of Havoc defenders were right there on him. And Christian Russell, the linebacker from Ole Miss, 6'1", 228 pounds, really popped Chris Payne there. That'll now bring up second and 10 as we're 30 seconds gone by here in this opening quarter from Florence. Those of you listening on radio, Cats are in their black bottoms with the white jerseys, the burgundy and black trim, the black numerals and the white helmets. Second down and 10. This time they motion the receiver right around. He comes on the left side, and the ball fumbled, and a tackle made. They're going to say it was down at the 1. I think they are, and again, it was Christian Russell, the linebacker, but a bad snap that time from the center.
3rd and 14 from the 1-yard line.
And Francis Novi early on struggling as this offensive line is. It's going to be 3rd down and 14 from the 1. Scoreless here early on. The first possession for the Peach State Cats, the Havoc on defense, and the defense has come to play here this evening. A couple of receivers line up to the left of the huddle. There's a back to Payne. Now they send the receiver out to the right in motion to the far side. Payne running to his left, got stacked up to his right. He's going to try to get out across the goal line, and they're going to say he did. That's a mighty gracious spot on 3rd down. Payne had nowhere to go on that left side, came back to his right, and I'm not so sure, folks, that he got out across the goal line there. Myers making the hit. Jason Myers, the linebacker from Newberry, 6'2", 224-pounder. Cats face now a 4th down and 14 from the 1. Havoc are in their black unis with the bright green trim, the black helmets, the white writing trimmed in green, and the white numerals trimmed in green. So 4th down now on an offensive possession that has gone nowhere. That ball is inside of the 1-yard line. Payne goes under center. Payne sends a receiver in motion. We have some movement. Here comes a flag. And I don't think they had the snap count all the way locked down. So they're actually going to say it's against the Havoc defense and say that the Havoc were offsides. The ball goes out to the 5, the original line of scrimmage after the touchback. So ball on the near hash. They're going left to right is Peach State here. Their first game of the year, and the offense is trying to get out of neutral. 3 minutes gone by here. Opening quarter. Great to have you with us from the Florence Center tonight. Jay Jackson, the center up front. They've got a tailback lined up. Receiver goes in motion, far side, snap to Payne. He's going to air it out on 4th down. It will be incomplete. Intended downfield for Trey Fulton out of Jacksonville State. Back there defensively for the Havoc was Dominic Bridges. the 5'9", 185-pounder. So it'll be a turnover on downs. And it'll be first and goal for the Havoc at the 11:32 mark. They're going to get the ball at the Peach State 5. So an opportunity to get some points on the board here early. The big story here is the Havoc without starting quarterback from last week, Daryl Clark, who had 8 touchdowns. He had 4 on the ground, 4 through the air. So tonight, Jesse Scroggins, the backup, started his career collegiately at USC. Spent some time then after transferring to the desert in Arizona, and then finished up his career at Lindenwood U at the Division II ranks. Played last year for the Nebraska Danger and threw for 1,050 yards and 21 touchdowns. He'll get the start at quarterback here this evening. They'll send a receiver in motion. The ball is fumbled and picked up by Reggie Patrick, the 6'3", 300-pounder from Miles College out of Fairfield, Alabama. He's the fullback. And that's a loss of 5 back to the 10. Second down and goal now from the 10 with 10:40 to go. Havoc on their first possession going right to left here. The 3 linemen over the ball. It's C.J. Kane at center, Zach Hooks at one of the guards, and Marquez Pear out of Tennessee at the other guard spot. They stack 3 receivers to the left, and they're going to send in motion Coleman now. Coleman's the motion man. They're going to swing it out to the right. Pass caught by Moore. Moore makes a move. Moore will get inside the 10. And Moore will be pushed down at about the 6-yard line. So Martell Moore with the reception. That's a gain of 4. And now third down for the Havoc at the 10-minute mark here in the first. Scoreless ball game between the Peach State Cats and the Carolina Havoc here at home this evening. We're going to send out to the far side now Rashad Carter, the Atlanta native. He'll line up over on the far side with Moore, who made that reception. In motion, Coleman. And it looked like that the Cats jumped offside. To the ground goes Scroggins. He got lit up. Scroggins got hit pretty hard there. And getting there to him. It looked like Jackson, who's playing both ways here. But it's going to be a penalty and an offsides penalty against the Cats here. So the ball will be spotted down on the 4. Third and goal on the 4-yard line here. Welcome those of you listening on the iHeartRadio app tonight, wherever you may be, and watching online via Facebook or YouTube. Third and goal with 9:27 to go. First Havoc possession. They're going to snap it to Zimmerman, who's checked in at quarterback, and the Wildcat for Zimmerman. And it's a touchdown run. Tymeer Zimmerman out of Newberry takes it in for the score. And it's 6-0 Havoc at the 9:08 mark. So Zimmerman with the run. And the extra point upcoming here from Havoc kicker Kevin Weber, the 6'3", 390-pounder from Newberry. He'll kick out of the hold of Jaquez Austin. The snap, the placement, and the lefty's kick is good to make it 7-0 with 8:42 to go. And we'll see Weber kick off again here in a moment. Stops the clock with 8:41 to go, and it is a Havoc lead over the Peach State Cats, 7-0. So the Havoc will get set to kick off, and we're very appreciative to have you with us here tonight. I want to remind you that inaugural season tickets are still available for the remaining home schedule for the Carolina Havoc. It's affordable family fun here in the PD at the Florence Center this spring. Go to carolinahavoc.com today or call 843-603-1743. That's 843-603-1743 to order group tickets at great prices today. And join the Carolina Havoc here at home at the Florence Center, where you can hashtag defend the den. All right, 7-0. They went to the running back. A little wildcat there was Zimmerman, Coach Anson Yarborough. First year as a head coach, telling me this week that he has really got a lot of great help from his assistants as far as scheduling goes, and being able to translate his success on the field as a player to that on the coaching sidelines now. So Weber trying for this 1-point kick here. If he can boot it through the uprights, he will get a leg in it, and it is going to curve and go left, and it'll be a touchback as it bounces out of bounds again. So Peach State, who went 3 and out, well, 4 and out, turned it over on downs, will get another shot here. Down 7-0 with 8:41 to go in the first. Ball will be spotted this time out at the 20-yard line. And they're going to have Chris Payne back out there at quarterback. Nope, they're actually going to run in Ellison here. So Kevin Ellison, who was a real dynamo at Georgia Southern, he actually played last year in Italy. He's going to come out at quarterback. He's a 6-foot, 195-pounder. 2 receivers to the left as the ball's on the near hash. They go left to right here. They got a receiver near the wall on this near side as they'll start from the 20. A fullback offset, and the snap to Ellison's a little low. He's going to take off, run into a Havoc player who was blocking one of the linemen back. Then he'll get tackled for a loss back to the 16-yard line. Getting back there to him on the sack is Jason Myers, and that's his second sack as Metz, the PA man here, lets us know, but that's a loss back to the 16, so a loss of 4. Clock rolling here in the first, 7:40 to go. It's 7-0. Carolina over Peach State, and this the second game for the Havoc in their inaugural year in Florence. First game of the year for the Peach State Cats, coached by Marino Filial, the former Falcon and Panther player. Also spent some time in the CFL and in the Arena League as well. They'll send a receiver in motion now. Snap low, picked up like a middle infielder by Ellison. He runs to his right and is smashed into the wall here on the near side. Nice job of getting over there to him. And the tackle made by Lindsey Robertson, the 5'10", 160-pounder from Livingston in the CIAA. A Division II HBCU. So that loss will drop them back to the 13-yard line. Now 3rd down and 17. It has been a slow start here offensively for Peach State. They were concerned about playmakers. They're just having a hard time getting the snaps off at this point. Jackson over the ball at center. Green and Lamont Williams out of Grambling State, who just joined the team here this week, are the offensive linemen. They're going to send in motion Omar Wright. Back to throw. Ellison gets sacked again inside the 10, brought down at the 9. Myers is having a big one here early from that linebacker spot, and he drops him back to the 9-yard line. That's a loss of 4. And now it'll be 4th down and an eternity.
Let's hear a cheer on that defense. Defense.
So 4th down.
Defense.
And 11. So 4th and 11. Defensive coordinator Charles Gunning's trying to get his team in position. We have a whistle and a timeout taken by Peach State. We'll break with them. You are listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FM's Back in 60 Seconds.
4 months all the way to 12 years old. Little Jim is now enrolling for the summer season, and sign up today. You can sign up for spring break camps and summer camps at the Little Jim. For all your sports rehab and sports medicine needs, visit Promotion Rehab and Sports Medicine with 2 locations, one in 610 West Palmetto Street, Florence, and the other location in Lake City. Or on the web at physiosc.com. Move better, live better, play better.
4th down and 11 for Peach State. Here comes the blitz. Spinning away is Ellison. He's going to tuck it, keep 10, 15, middle of the field, 20, 25 to the 20 of the Havoc, the 15, and he's hit along the wall near side. And that's going to be a big scramble from the 9-yard line, and he gets down to the Havoc 17-yard line. So a scamper of 48 yards there, and that's what makes Ellison so dangerous, is his legs. He had a great career running the ball as a quarterback at Georgia Southern. He rushed for nearly 2,500 yards and 27 career touchdowns. So now they've got the ball in Havoc territory, 17-0 in a 7-0 ball game. And we have a whistle and a stoppage as they were still trying to get the chain straight on this 1st and 10. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go. And 7-0 Havoc, but the big scramble there by Ellison. And again, that's the thing that Ellison could do better than anything. Not the most accurate thrower in his career, but his legs are the thing that was his meal ticket at the collegiate level. Over on the far side is Quavante Evans out of Valdosta State. He'll be the receiver in motion. They got a receiver to either side. Now we have a whistle. And I think, is there going to be a timeout? Or are they getting on the on-field promotion announcer here? That might be what they're doing. I'm not 100% sure, but the referee over to talk to the Havoc sideline.
Located at 1300 West Arlington Street. If you need it done right, we can do it here. Call us at 843-662-2412.
So whatever it was, they seem to have an adequate enough answer. And it's going to be first down from the 17 in Havoc territory here. Ball in the near hash. Receiver out to the far side is McFadden. Near side is Trey Fulton, a 5'9", 165-pounder. And it's Taya Kidd, the fullback in the backfield there. We were told we might see Rico Mark out of Valdosta State. They have high hopes for Mark. Actually, that's Mark they've got lined up as a receiver out to the far side. The motion man on that left side will be Evans.
Find us on Facebook and like us at Liberty Station Catering.
And I think the issue now is they had on that collision on this sideline, some of the signage come down. They've rectified that, and here we go with 4:24 to go. They start the clock back. 1st and 10 after the big scramble by Ellison. Havoc showing some pressure here. In motion goes Evans, and Ellison going out to his left. Ellison gonna get hit as he flees the pocket at the 20-yard line. So that's a loss back to the 20 of 3. It'll be 2nd and 13, but keep in mind, folks, that with the scrambling ability of Ellison out there, well, no, we had a flag late, and apparently offside. So they're going to go back to the 17 and mark it down to the 12. So they'll repeat the down here. And that's the second Havoc penalty defensively. I didn't really see that, but I guess that's the case. 4 minutes straight up to go here in the opening period. Havoc with the 7-0 lead, but Peach State Cats are driving. Now they line a couple of receivers up, motion man deep in the backfield on that left side also. That's the far side of the field. They'll send the man in motion. They're going to hand it off. Up the middle it goes to Kidd. Kidd to the 10, to the 5, cuts it out, and he's going to be close to the end zone. Kidd is going to get brought down at about the 1. Peach State thought they had scored a touchdown here, but Kidd was stopped at the 2-yard line. So that will be an 11-yard gain for a 1st and goal on a nice trap run to the right side there by Taya Kidd.
Let's hear it, Universe. Make some noise for the Havoc defense.
So Ellison has sparked this offense, and at the 3-minute mark, 1st and goal, Havoc has the ball's on the near side of the field, just outside the hash. See if they maybe decide to run behind Novi, the big lineman here on that right side. Havoc are a little more beefy up front defensively. Ellison with Kidd to his right from the 1-yard line. And Ellison going to keep it himself. Ellison will lose a yard. Another nice tackle there by Jason Myers. So Myers, a loss back to the 2, kind of saved the day there. 2nd down and goal. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in this rapidly moving first quarter. Out of the game is Wright. In the game is Kip Powton from Tennessee Tech, a big receiver, a big target. 6'5", 232 pounds. So they might try to go his way here. Peach State taking their sweet time in the huddle. They're going to send Mark out to the left along with Evans. And they're going to line Powton up there as well. So 3 receivers to the left. Ellison calls for the football. Low snap again, but it winds up in the hands of Kidd. Kidd trying to bust it outside, gets hit. Back at the 5-yard line, he's dropped at the 6. Nice job to get over there to him. And it is Malcolm Carter credited with the hit there. So big Malcolm Carter in a reserve role out of Syracuse. The 265-pounder made the hit. 3rd and goal, back to the 6. This drive started down at the 1 as far as the goal-to-go situation. Inside of a minute. This set of downs, I should say more appropriately, started down at the 1. They've pushed him back to the 6. It's 3rd down. 7-0 Havoc. Peach State driving the football, though, left to right from the Havoc 6 in this AAL opener for Peach State. Pressure, Ellison scrambling. Ellison reverses field back to the left. Ellison picks up some blocks. Ellison will get chased down and dropped at the 14-yard line. Great pursuit there by the Havoc front, and Josh Smith, the defensive lineman out of UAB, the 305-pounder, didn't give up on the play and brought him down at the 14-yard line. So now 4th and goal, and they've lost 13 yards since getting it down to the 1. 3 seconds to go, 1 second, and they're not going to get a kickoff. Time ends here in the first, and it is 7-0 in favor of the Havoc. We'll take a 60-second timeout and come back with more Carolina Havoc football from the Den, the Florence Center. You're listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs.
For us, we're going to have 2 children. They're going to start at the goal line. And they're going to race to the 5-yard line and put on shirts, then to the 10-yard line, put on pads, then to the 25-yard line and put on their helmets, and sprint back to the goal line and put on their pads. The first one to finish is the winner. What's your name, sweetie? Aisha? All right, Aisha. What's your name, sweetie? Logan. I was saying Aisha and Logan. All right. You guys ready? All right. Hold on.
Well, fans, we invite you to tune into the Carolina Havoc games throughout the season right here on the Rock FMs, 97.9 in Florence, 105.9 in Darlington, 94.1 in Kingstree and Lake County, and on the web at therockfms.com. You can also listen with the Rock FMs on the iHeartRadio app. Our next broadcast will come Sunday, April 14th. It'll be Faith and Football Day here at the Florence Center. 3 p.m. game against the Jensen Beach Tigers. Hope you'll join us for that broadcast coming up in mid-April. Patrick Johnson with you here. It is 4th down and long. And they're going to attempt a field goal here. The end zone 5 yards deep, so this will be a 25-yarder from the spot. And on to kick the ball here will be Ryan Richardson, who had tried out a couple of times with some CFL teams but could not make the roster. Snap was a bit high, the hold was down, and he missed it. So it remains 7-0. So on that 4th and goal from the 14, they miss or from the 20, they miss a field goal. And it stays 7-0. So now the Havoc will come out with the football here with 14:54 to go. And they will take over at their own 10-yard line. Havoc with an opening drive that found pay dirt after a good defensive stand early on, 7-0. And it still remains 7-0 as the kick was missed by Peach State's Richardson, their kicker. And now the Havoc. And we got another whistle. And I think the Cats didn't have enough players on the field, so they burn a timeout here.
Havoc University, the Foot and Swamp Festival is on Saturday, April 13th in Kerrville.
And the issue was was trying to get Lamont Williams out there. Williams, 6'3", 270 pounds. Lamont Williams out of Miles College, Division II. And he'll line up in the middle here. Kane, the center, as he looks at him. So here's Scroggins for a second go-around, throwing on first down, downfield. It's going to be intercepted at the 7-yard line. Intended downfield for Moore, and stepping in and taking it away is Javon Horton. Horton, one of the veterans on this team, a 5'10", 178-pounder, and Horton with some words for some of the partisans here as he gets the interception. So Peach State takes back over, and after that very long drive that lasted nearly 9 minutes, they're down 7-0 here after a really slow start, and they've got the football back. They're going to have it at their own 7-yard line. So 14-17 remaining, clock rolling here before halftime. Coming up at the half, we'll have our Havoc halftime huddle, and we'll have an interview with the general manager, Steve Smith. That's coming up at the half here on the Rock FMs and the Carolina Havoc Network. Back in is Payne at quarterback. This is interesting because it was a grind to a halt kind of offense with him out there. Low snap, takes it, darts ahead, right side to the 10. And it looked like, again, that Myers was there for another tackle. He will get the ball just shy of the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 10 officially. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7. Peach State lining up their offensive linemen. Omar Wright, the Atlanta native, is a receiver to the left. They're going to motion Rico Mark on that left side. They're going to throw Mark's way. Nope, they threw the way instead on this outside route going to Wright. It's incomplete. Defensively, Dominique Bridges out of UNCP was there. So quickly it is 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 10. They tried to go for broke on it there with Payne. And he put a little too much zip on that ball. Chris Payne out of Albany State. He's been in various arena leagues over his career. 6'4", 200-pounder. He's got a lot of knowledge out there, but they really like the future of Ellison, who led him on that second drive to the missed field goal. 3 receivers to the left. Payne with the snap, spins out of trouble. Starts right, now comes left, up to the 10. A couple of Havoc defenders were there to bring him down. Ethan Farmer, the UNC Tar Heel, 6'4", 290 pounds. Got some help there from Smith. Farmer playing with the Grizzlies up in the mountains the last couple of years, mountains of North Carolina, from Tabor City originally. And he teamed to make that stop there. He's huge, 6'4", 290, great athlete. 7-0 Havoc here, second quarter with 11:44 to go. Peach State with the football going right to left here. 3 receivers again to the right. They have a fullback offset up near the line on the left. Slow snap again. It fumbles out. Takes a deflection off the turf, and it's recovered by the Havoc at the 11-yard line. I think they were trying to snap it to Kidd there at the running back spot. If they weren't, it hit off of him. And Robertson, who's played very well here early, Lindsey Robertson, gets the fumble recovery. So back-to-back turnovers, one by the Havoc on the pick, and then the fumble here on 3rd down, and it'll be Havoc football at the 11:25 mark. They're going to have it in Peach State territory for the second time, and they'll scrimmage from the 11-yard line here. And as they run out, we have a whistle. Zimmerman had lined up again at the quarterback spot. Zimmerman lined up there in sort of a wildcat formation and took it to the house on the first scoring drive. In case you weren't with us at the beginning, Darrell Clark, who had 8 touchdowns last week in the win over Cape Fear, injured his back in that game and is out in this game. They didn't know really to the last kind of instant that that was going to be the case.
Winning the Politeness Award. The Politeness Award is awarded to every fan base that is the quietest inside the stadium.
So they went with Scroggins here to start. And now as the backup, Zimmerman is going to run the football. Zimmerman over to talk with Anson Yarborough, who also calls the plays here. And it looks like we might have a timeout on the field. And I think we may. So we'll be back after this timeout. 7-0 Havoc, and you're listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs.
One of the official partners of your Carolina Havoc. With hope, all things are possible. Go to www.hopehealth.org. I like my lunch gross. Just look up, bro. Never skirts, bro. I see the shop, bro. When the top draw, ways wrong. To the unknown. Only way you got me back, you know this up.
Make some noise out there! I need you to be loud tonight.
1st and 10, and it's a run going to Zimmerman, but the flag came in. Zimmerman was able to get his way near side down to about the 7, but the 3rd Havoc penalty will back it up to the 16. So 1st down and 15 from the Peach State 16-yard line. 7-0 Havoc here with 10:48 to go. We're going to have Zimmerman throw here for the first time. It's complete out on the left side to the 12. Very close to the original line of scrimmage. And a catch made in traffic by Martell Moore before he's brought down by the Peach State defense. They're going to say he got to the 13-yard line. So that's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down and about a dozen, maybe 13 here. It's going to be second down and 12. I tell you, Zimmerman doesn't look like a prototypical quarterback. He's 6'2", 227. Zimmerman's out of Bennettsville, South Carolina, was at Newberry, was on a championship team in one of the Arena Leagues back in 2012. He gets the snap here, starts right, picks up a block, cuts left, and he'll get chopped down at the 12.
The gain is good for 1 yard.
He might have got about a yard there. Nice hit made on him defensively. Darius White was one of the guys there, along with Jay Jackson, who's playing both ways on the line here, as you'll see a lot. Gain of 1 to the 12. So it's third down for the Havoc here at the Peach State 12-yard line. They go left to right, ball on the near side hash. Couple of receivers out there in the pattern. Trey Long is going to go in motion here, or that's actually Carter is going to go in motion. They're going to heave it over the middle to Carter, and it's going to be deflected. Carter went in motion. A couple defenders were there, and at the last instant to come in and knock it away was Byron Mulkey. Mulkey out of Buffalo. And the ball knocked away there. So now fourth down from the 12-yard line. And they're going to try to tack on a a field goal here. And they send Weber out. So Kevin Weber, who's already got an extra point and a couple of kickoffs for a touchback in this game, will try to kick it in here. It's going to be a 24-yard field goal to try to cap the drive. Snaps a little low, the placement good, and the Weber kick is up, and it is true. So with 8:24 to go in the first half, tack on 3 for the Havoc, and it's 10-0 Carolina over Peach State here at the Florence Center. And you're listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs. We'll be right back.
Visit us at CrossFit157.com and ExtremeFitness.com. iHeartRadio is the official broadcast partner of your Carolina Havoc. Tune into 97.9 FM for the Coach Anthony Pro Show at 6 a.m. on Saturdays. And on WFXB 43 on Sunday at 11 a.m. Let's hear it, Havoc fans. Uno.
Kick is up, and Weber's try for the 1 point on the kickoff just does miss the uprights to the left. It'll be another touchback, and the Havoc with a 10-0 lead here at home against the Peach State Cats. 8:24 to go before halftime. So Peach State will come out for their fourth possession, and it's going to start from their own 20-yard line at the 8:24 mark. Well, fans, we hope you'll unite at #OnePride and help your Carolina Havoc #Defend the Den when the Havoc return to the Florence Center on the 14th when they host the Jensen Beach Tigers. It's a key matchup. The game kicks off at 3:05, and tickets are available online now, CarolinaHavocFootball.com, or by calling 843-603-1743. That is family Faith Family Football Day here, so we hope you'll join us at the Florence Center that day. Carolina Havoc Arena Football, one pride. Cats come out on this one, and it's fumbled, and it's going to be another turnover. Boy, their offense looks so much better under Ellison, and they put Payne out there for another drive, and Payne is having a hard time getting the snaps. That ball fumbled, and it's going to be another turnover. So the Havoc have an opportunity here to bust this thing open at the 7:38 mark. And the ball will be at the Peach State 16 near side as the Havoc go left to right here. Boy, they have a turnover on downs, a missed field goal, and now 2 fumbles consecutively for Peach State. I misspoke a moment ago and I said it was their 5th possession. That's only 4. Havoc, though, now have it for the 5th time. And they're going to throw on first down. It's batted down at the line. Nice job there by Williams to get his hand up and knock the football down on the attempt by Scroggins. This offensive line is really having to work hard to keep Scroggins clean here. Second down, 16-yard line in Peach State territory. Moore is the near side receiver. In motion goes Carter. They're going to look Carter's way. They'll throw, and they overshoot him to Scroggins. It is out of bounds. Incomplete. 6:29 to go. Clock waved back in. Third down now and 10 from the 16. They're running defenders in and out. Williams out of the game. Now Williams turns around and he's coming back. Now he turns around to run back out. They're trying to get him as he hops over the wall off the field. Snap on third down. Scroggins pass complete near side. It's Moore going to his left, now to the right along the wall. He'll get hit at about the 12-yard line. We're going to say a pickup of 6. Damian Dow from Tusculum, a 5'9", 176-pound defensive back, knocked him down. Gain of 5 from the 11. It's 4th down and about 6 now. Oh, 4th and 5 actually. Havoc are going to go for it here. Scroggins with Reggie Patrick to his right. He's going to throw. Scroggins now runs. Scroggins to the 10. Scroggins dives at the 5, and it's going to be close to a first down. I think he's got it by about a yard. Scroggins took off running.
It's good for 5 yards.
And it's going to be mighty close, and I think they are going to say he got the first down. So a gain of 6, and now it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. 5 minutes to go before halftime. 10-0 Havoc here in this arena football game from the Florence Center. Scroggins motions Moore. Scroggins with pressure. Has a man draped on him. Throws near side, near the back of the end zone, and it's knocked away.
The pass is intended for Zach Hooks.
Hooks was the intended receiver. Coming off the line there. Putting the pressure on him was Marcus Dowdell from Georgia Tech. And the Peach State defenders, they had a whole host of them back there to knock it away. 2nd and goal now at the 4:17 mark from the 5-yard line. Havoc with a couple of receivers stacked up in motion. Coleman. Here's the snap they're going to throw. It was deflected at the line. It's a loose football, and it's going to be dived on and recovered at the 16. One of those big linemen for the Peach State got their hands on it. And Marquez Pear, the guard from Tennessee, the right guard, had to hustle to retrieve it. Pear had actually lined up over on the left that time. Nonetheless, it's a fumble and a loss back to the 16. So they lose 11. 3rd down and goal now from the 11-yard line. Kind of sloppy drive here going the last couple of times, in fact, for the Havoc. They're going to send a man in motion. That is Carter. Scroggins throwing, looking to his right. Now comes with a pass to the left. It's bulleted over along the wall as a late flag comes in. And the catch was made over on the far side by Coleman. A couple of defenders were there. Stopped him at the 8-yard line. And the penalty is going to be against Peach State, an unnecessary roughness penalty. That'll move the ball half the distance down to the 4. So the first Peach State penalty of the game comes at an inopportune time for them. 4th and goal now from the 4. Ball on the far hash. And they're now saying a fresh set of downs. So 1st and goal from the 4. Receivers to the right. Motion man is Coleman. Under center is Scroggins. Quick throw. It's caught by Carter. Carter along the side. Carter breaks the plane. Touchdown. So Carter with the reception on a little receiver screen. And with 2:40 to go, that makes it 16-0.
A catch by Rashad Carter is good for 4 yards.
So a 4-yard pass and the extra point upcoming. The snap, good placement, and it is good.
And the extra point is good. And the score,
17-0.
17, the Cats 0.
Now with 2:16 remaining. Well, fans, we invite you to get social with the Carolina Havoc. Facebook, you can like us there at Carolina Havoc Arena Football. Twitter, follow us at Arena Havoc. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Carolina Havoc is the page you need to look up there on YouTube. We're airing a live video feed of that tonight and along Facebook. Happy to have you with us. Patrick Johnson from the Florence Center, where the Havoc, after last week's thrilling 60-59 win, have grinded out a 17-zip lead here. They've taken advantage of some great field position in this game. Peach State turned it over on downs to start. That led to a Zimmerman 1-yard run. And Peach State, after a drive that went 9 plays, missed a 25-yard field goal. Havoc tossed an interception on the first play, but it was fumbled away back to him, and then a 24-yard Weber field goal made it 10-0. Havoc have taken advantage of another fumble, and this kick is going to be good through the uprights, left to right for 1 point. They call it Uno here in the AAL, and that's his second one of the season. So that 1 point kick they call an Uno will make it 18-0 now. And now the Cats will get it first down and 10 from their own 5-yard line. And let's see who Peach State sends out there. They're going to go with the rookie Ellison at quarterback. Ellison was an all Sun Belt third-teamer. His senior year, he was an honorable mention Sun Belt performer out of Cornelia, Georgia. He's got the longest play of the game so far, a scamper of 38 yards. And with a minute 45 to go, they'll go from their own 5-yard line. They've not had great field position to start any drive really in this game. Ellison out of the gun. Snap goes over his head, out of bounds. It's going to be a safety. Wow. So when it rains, it pours. A high snap. Leads to the safety. And with 1:29 to go here before halftime, the Havoc will get ready to get the football back. And kick it off again. They've had problems all day with the snap with Jackson. And now they're going to have to kick the football away are Peach State. Your Carolina Havoc will be on the road next weekend. Saturday, March 30th, the Havoc traveled to take on the Georgia Doom at the Coliseum in Macon. Kickoff time set for 2 o'clock next Saturday in Macon, Georgia. For more details on that one, CarolinaHavocFootball.com or the league website, AALFootball.com. Fans, don't forget that the Carolina Havoc Coaches Show with Anson Yarborough can be heard Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. on the Rock FMs on 97.9 in Florence, 105.9 in Darlington, 94.1 in Kingstree and Lake City, and on the web at therockfms.com. You can also listen with the Rock FMs on the iHeart app. And the Anson Yarborough TV show, Sundays at 11 a.m. on WFXB, the Fox television affiliate here in the Florence area. 1:29 to go, and now Peach State going to have to kick the football away. Havoc have back deep to receive the kick, Richard Q, but it's going to be a touchback as it sails out of bounds. Typically, the end zone's 8 yards deep in arena ball, but because of the configuration here with the ice rink, it's a 5-yard deep end zone. That ball goes out of bounds. So now the Havoc, after scoring a safety, will get it back, and they can still do some damage with a minute 29 to go and a 20-0 lead here over Peach State. Havoc will have it at their own 20-yard line. Scroggins, and it's going to be Richard Q for Scroggins here. Q signed as a quarterback this week. He coaches locally at Wilson High School and played at South Carolina State. And looked good in the warm-up, 6'1", 215-pounder. He's got a couple of receivers to his left, motion man to his right, and that is Moore. Q stepping up, throwing on the run. It's going to be picked off at the 20, return to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, near side, touchdown. A pick six by Robert Bryce out of Georgia Southern. Q got on the move and threw it across the middle, and it's going to be an INT, and stops the clock with 52.9 to go. And the defensive score gets Peach State on the board. We've got the extra point upcoming here. That pick at about the 15-yard line in Havoc territory. And showing you his quickness was Bryce. 35-yard return on the INT. And now in the game to kick it is Richardson. First time we've seen him here today. And the kick is no good. Missed it right. So Richardson has missed a kick, a field goal of 25 yards, and he misses an extra point there, so it'll stay at 20-6 with 52.9 to go. Wow. Stay tuned at the half. We'll have our Havoc halftime huddle. We'll talk with General Manager Steve Smith. Havoc in their first year here in Florence, and we'll discuss that and many other things. And that's coming up at the half. So the Havoc offense will get another shot here now with 52.9 to go after Q threw the pick six.
All right, fans, do we have any NASCAR fans in the house? Yeah? A few? How about down
So 20-6, and they'll get ready to kick the football off again. It's 20-6 here, and we're going to have the kickoff upcoming in just a moment. NASCAR night here at the Florence Center. And I think they just gave away their first of 3 pairs of tickets to the Darlington race. And here comes the kick. Richardson will get ready to kick the football. He's had his troubles otherwise, and he will boot this one away, and it will be left of the upright, so not a chance to get a point, but it will be a touchback. So the Havoc will come out and try to wind up this first half on a positive note, up 14, led 20-0 in this game. Couple of touchdowns and a field goal, then the extra point on the kickoff, or the single point on the kickoff, and then a safety when they snapped it over the head of the quarterback for the Cats. Made it 20-0. And here they come from their own 20 again. Q is back out there at quarterback. Hooks lined up on the right side as the guard. Pear is lined up on the left, Kane the center. A couple of receivers on that near side, some movement up front, no flag. Here's the snap, little low. Q with it, standing in the pocket, throwing towards the end zone. He overshoots his man. Had him open, but he just got him. Alex Coleman was the intended target. Coleman at 5'9", needed to be about 3 times that height to bring that one down. Xavier Walker out of Middle Tennessee State, a big defensive back at 6'4", was the closest defender there. 47 seconds to go, 26. Our score here. Havoc with a 2-score lead over Peach State. 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Havoc have the football going left to right here, trying to wind down the half. In motion goes Coleman. Plenty of time for Q. Throws along the far sideline. Dragged down by Zimmerman. Zimmerman 20, 15. Zimmerman to the 10. And Zimmerman brought down by the Peach State defensive back at the 9-yard line.
And that's another Jimmy John springy pass. First down.
So a 21-yard pickup for a first down. Clock rolling here with 34 seconds to go. Havoc with the ball on the far side hash. Q goes under center. Q gets the snap. Little swing pass, and it's caught, and down goes Coleman. Stops the clock with 21.1 as Anson Yarborough exacerbated there. Hands to his side.
From the Cat 13-yard line.
Dressed in all black with the cage jacket on, calls the timeout. In fact, they lost a yard. Several of them back to the 12, so that's a loss of 3 with 21 and 1/10 seconds to go before halftime. So Richard Q.
If you agree to participate in any of the halftime breaks, please make your way down to the front.
Takes a swig from the Gatorade bottle. He's got the bright green sweatbands on either side. He gets the play, goes in the huddle. An emphatic play call, and in unison they clap and approach the football. Q now with Zimmerman in as a receiver along with Coleman. In motion goes Moore. And the ball on the turf, and I think Q got back on it, but it's back down to the 14-yard line on a fumble. And another timeout comes from Coach Yarborough here with 16.7 to go. 20-6 is our score. We're coming up on the half here in just a moment. Big thanks to our producer back at the studio this evening, Jaeger Tedder, doing a great job. Here on 97.9 Florence, 105.9 Darlington, 94.1 Kingstree in Lake City. So out of the timeout, it's Q with the football. Q throwing, it will be incomplete. Not sure who it was intended for there. It may have been intended for Zimmerman, but he overshot him. Martell Moore was also in the area for the Havoc. That'll bring up 4th down from the 14. 4th and goal from the 14. Defensively, Walker was back there along with Horton. Those two are very dangerous defenders. And we're going to have a field goal try. Ball will be spotted at the 21. It'll be a 26-yard attempt here with 13 and 3/10 seconds. Havoc with the 20-6 lead. Trying to add 3 more. It'll be the second field goal for Weber. Out of the hole to Q. Snap. Placement. Lefty's kick is up, and it will boom into the upper deck here.
The kick is good.
So a 26-yard field goal, good by Weber, who hit a 24-yarder earlier. And that makes it 23-6 with 9.5 seconds remaining. So probably not the way that you would want to complete these drives if you're Coach Yarborough, but they are points. And probably realistically, the Cats have one more crack at it, maybe 2 if they hurry, but their quarterback play, especially with Payne, has been so erratic. We really haven't seen Ellison throw it a ton. Taya Kidd is back to receive the kick. Weber will get set to kick it off left to right. He approaches the football, gets a leg in it, end over end kick, tailing towards the far side, and it'll be another touchback.
That'll be a touchback, first and 10.
So 9.5 seconds to go before halftime. Ball will come out to the 20. And let's see what Peach State decides to do here. And it's going to be Payne in to run the offense here. Payne huddles him up. Ball spotted at the 20 on the far hash. Good defensive first half for the Havoc. Jason Myers leading the way. Receiver to the far side, one to the near side along the line, and the motion man on this near side is Omar Wright. Snap is low. Payne in trouble. Payne going back. Payne sacked down at the 12-yard line.
The loss is good for 8 yards.
And that's how we'll end the half. Payne gets sacked. A nice job by Malcolm Carter to get back there to him. Carter with a couple of big plays defensively in this game. And at the half, our score are the Carolina Havoc 23 and the Peach State Cats 6. Stay tuned. When we come back after this timeout, we'll have our Havoc halftime huddle, and we'll talk with the general manager of the Havoc. Steve Smith will be our special guest. That's coming up at the half. Our score at intermission, Carolina Havoc 23, Peach State Cats 6. And you're listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs.
Havoc Universe, make some noise for Petey. Hey Petey, are you challenging General Manager Steve Smith to a dance-off?
challenge. The Army challenge, we've got two kids down here. They are going to start at the goal line. They're going to go from the goal line to the 5-yard line, and you're going to do 5 jumping jacks. Then you're going to go to the 25-yard line and do 5 push-ups. You're going to run all the way to the other goal line and do 5 burpees and sprint back. Okay, 5 jumping jacks at the 5. 5 push-ups at the 25, 5 burpees at the other goal line, and sprint back. All right? What's your name, sweetie? What's your name?
Logan Samuel Brown.
All right, we got Diamond and Logan Samuel Brown. All right, are you guys ready? On your set? And on your mark, set. Go. All right, guys, cheer them on. Diamond and Logan. All right, so you're going to spin around 10 times, all right? 10 times. Right. And then you're going to run to the 25-yard line and back, all right? What's your name?
Kendra. Reed. Maurice. Oliver. Noah. Makai.
All right, guys. On your mark. Get set. You got to spin. You got to show us like you're going to run. On your mark. Get set. Spin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's hear it, guys. Woo! All right. And our winners, Makai, is our winner. All right, guys. Our last game before you go in halftime is going to be our dance for your dinner game. We're going to have our contestants get out here and shake their butts for you. And what I need you to do, this is going to require crowd participation in order for them to win. We've got 3 gift cards from woes, okay? So we're going to have a first place, a second place, and a third place. So I really need you guys to participate. Can I get y'all to let me know you understand? I need you to participate. I can't tell you can understand. Let me know you can participate. All right. All right, guys, hold this one. All right, DJ 3 time, I'm gonna need you to give us some good music out here. All right. So line up for me. All right, let's see what's our first dance you wanna do? Oh, what's our dance?
Don't make a sign. Then 20 more, I hit the first row. Freaky bitch on go, she gone off the road. Run up in your house like I'm a man down. Cliff hanging out the Glock to stand down. Homicide, we known for this. Screen shots, I texted you too grown for this. Yeah,
this is where you guys come in, okay? We're gonna vote. So we got dancer numbers. We got dancer number 2. All right, how about dancer number 3? Okay, dancer number 4. Dancer number 5. How about number 6? And number 7. Number 8. Number 9. All right, guys. I'm gonna say, let me know if you agree. I got contestant number 3, contestant number 7, contestant number 8. That sound about right? Okay. If I could get contestant number 3, contestant number 7, and contestant number 8 to hang out for a second, we're gonna figure out who's first, second, and third. Can we do that? All right. Contestant number 3. Contestant number 7. Contestant number 8. All right, so I got first place. Second place or second place? Second place? Second place. All right, second place, third place. Thank you guys for participating.
Hey Judge, I think they want to see your dance moves. There you go.
Don't make a sign. Then 20 more, I hit the first row. Freaky bitch on go, she gone off the road. Run up in your house like I'm commando. Cliff hanging out the Glock to stand on. Homicide, we known for this. Straight shots, I take the blue too grown for this. Yeah, that trash, I got 2 phones for this. I'm a dog, I think that I got a bone to fix.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine on your end. Everything's fine on your end. Okay, good.
PRG 700, we don't let it glide. We don't let it glide. You play with me, I ride. Jumping with the guys, we get up with 3 high fives. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Whoa.
About 150, I'll start walking back.
All right, y'all. What I'm about to do right now is I'm about to call out all my MC clubs, all the ones I know, all my favorite buddies. I see y'all hold it down when I come to their city. Hey, don't get mad at me now if I ain't say your name. Don't get y'all on the list. Let's go. Old man, Zulu, Rolls Royce Street, Hustle 2. Come on, get them out the dog. That Mystic Night, get out them home. Hell Raiders, Outcast, Bad Minutes, and Joker Rap. Six Act, Mighty Romans.
We're back at the Florence Center. The Carolina Havoc with a 3-score lead over the Peach State Cats. Patrick Johnson welcoming you back in. Thanks for being with us. A half that had some spotty offensive play from the Havoc at times, but they have 6 first-half sacks, and that is got to be something that's got this coaching staff fired up, as they have a 23-6 lead over the Peach State Cats. In fact, the Cats' only score came on a pick 6 late in the first half. Let's give you some quick NCAA basketball scores. Game's in progress right now with 12:48 to go in the first half. It's second seed Michigan in the East region over the 10 seed Minnesota in a Big Ten matchup, 14-9. At the half, the top seed in the West, Gonzaga, over Baylor, 39-23. Finals from earlier today, Florida State thumped Murray State in a 4-12 matchup in the West. Seminoles 90 and the Racers 62. Kentucky survives Wofford today, 62-56. They held McGee to 0 for 12 from behind the arc in that one. Michigan over Florida by 15, 64-49 in the West region. So the number 2 seed advances there. And it's LSU in a thrilling game over Maryland today, 69-67 in the East Regional second round. So the third-ranked Bayou, or the third-seeded Bayou Bengals, advance on to the Sweet 16. Coming up later on at 8:40 in the South region, 6-seed Villanova and the 3rd-seed Purdue. And then in a 4-5 matchup in the Midwest at 9:40 tonight, it's Kansas and the SEC champ Auburn. Show that you're part of the hashtag #OnePride by picking your Carolina Havoc gear out at the official team website today. Just log on to CarolinaHavocFootball.com and click on gear. That's the link at the top of the homepage. Big thanks to the official apparel provider of the Carolina Havoc, World Screen Printing, one of the official sponsors of Carolina Havoc Arena Football. Well, fans, coming up, the next home game will be on April 14th against the Jensen Beach Tigers. That'll be our next broadcast, but it'll also be Faith Family Football Day, a Sunday afternoon, a matinee, a 3:05 kick, and they will have several church groups here on hand that day. As Steve Smith told you, they'll be having a service that morning here at the arena, and we certainly hope that if you or members of your church or your congregation want to take part, you'll go to CarolinaHavocFootball.com for more information. Havoc got it going early as they stopped Peach State on 4 downs. And then a Zimmerman run made it 7-0, a 1-yard plunge after the extra point. That's where we were at the end of the first. Got on the board with a Webster 24-yard field goal to make it 10-0 in the second. Scroggins pass to Carter from 4 yards. The kick made it 17-0, and then they added the Uno on the kickoff, the extra or single point, 18-0. A high snap by the Peach State Cats out of the back of the end zone made it 20-0, but then a pick 6 made it 20-6, and then the Weber field goal near the end of the half, 23-6, and that's where we are in the scoring. Richardson to kick the football off left to right as we get the second half underway. And this kick will be good for a point. So an Uno for the Peach State Cats. And that now makes it 23-7, and it's a 2-score game. And an old broadcast partner of mine, a longtime coach, Ken Whitehurst, said if you're within 2 scores, you're in the ball game. So now Peach State has kicked their way back into this game, and the Havoc will take over at their own 5 as the clock begins to roll here. And with 14:51 to go, the Havoc will get set to snap the pigskin. Havoc defense with an excellent first half, a half dozen sacks. Offense now trying to get going. Scroggins back out there at quarterback. Jesse Scroggins getting the start in place of the injured Darrell Clark. Here's a completion on first down, out across the 10, near side. It's going to be a completion out to the 11. Nice grab by Martell Moore, who was surrounded by a couple of tacklers. Greg Pullum out of Sanford, a 6-foot, 220-pound backer. And also in the neighborhood was Walker. But we have a flag. And it's going to be a procedure penalty, and that'll back the Havoc up to, we'll call it the 3-yard line, 2.5. But ball will be spotted. It'll be 1st and 13 from that just inside the 3. So an inauspicious start here for the Havoc here. Will go from their own 3-yard line. A penalty on the first play of the second half. 23-7, Havoc up after the Uno by the Peach State kicker. Out of the end zone, throw over the middle. It's caught. Nice delivery. Carter off to the races. Carter, 2015, tripped up at the 11 in Peach State territory. And a big completion of 36 yards out to the 11-yard line. They're going to say officially down at the 7, so that's a 35-yard completion to the Peach State 12. Tons of time for Scroggins. He stood tall in the pocket, and Carter is going to win a lot of foot races. First down and 10. Ball now on the far side, and we're a minute 30 in. Havoc in business, just outside of the goal to go. And they are in the red zone here. And we have a whistle, and is it a timeout? I think they're trying to get the chain crew cleared. A lot of those guys don't want to be out there with the way these guys can run. They might find themselves in a bit of a spot that would be tough for them to get out of the way. Got to be quick if you're along that sideline inside the fence here, inside the wall here. Scroggins will go under his center, Kane, out of Catawba. Gets the snap, pressure, will deliver a pass that's incomplete. A couple of defenders were there. The heat was being put on by Pullum and also Williams as they brought a blitz. Pass incomplete, intended for the big fullback, Reggie Patrick. Patrick playing last year with the Omaha Beef, the CIF arena champs. He was an all-league performer. He'll head out. Scroggins gets the call from Anson Yarborough. Moore lines up on the right, near side. On the left is Coleman. Looks like Trey Long is the back. They're going to give it to Long. Long, 15, 10, 5. He will get in. Yes, touchdown, Havoc. And that's actually going to be Christian Russell with the run and the score. So Russell, a 12-yard run for the touchdown. And that makes it 29-7. We'll await the extra point here. Out of the Q hold, the placement is good, and the kick booms through.
The extra point is good.
30-7 Havoc with 11:27 to go. We'll take a timeout and come back to the Florence Center after these words. You're listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs.
Section 418, row A, seat 2.
Havoc with membership starting as low as $30 per month. Visit us at CrossFit157.com and ExtremeFitness.com.
Thirty to 7 in favor of the Havoc, and the kick will go through the uprights. It'll be a point, and Uno. So the third of the year for Weber, and that makes it 31 to 7. And now a touchback from the 5 is where the Peach State Cats will operate in a 31 to 7 game. So a 24-point lead here for the Havoc. Patrick Johnson, happy to have you along with us, our entire crew, as we are enjoying this Havoc second half so far. An offensive drive, 35-yard pass downfield. Scroggins to Carter, and then the touchdown run of 12 yards by Christian Russell. And it'll be first down and 10 from their own 5 here for Peach State. Cats in their first game of the year, they were having Ellison do a lot of the warming up at halftime, and he's out there at quarterback with a back behind him, 3 receivers to the left. He'll toss it to his back, who gets swallowed up at the 4, trying to come right side. That was Taya Kidd. And Kidd could not really get anything going there. Christian Russell, the first Havoc player to him. Out of the SEC at Ole Miss, the former Rebel, 6'1", 228-pounder. Loss of 1. Second down and 11. Havoc with a 31-7 lead here with 10 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the third. 2 receivers lined up to the left. This time standing right beside Ellison is Kidd. He can probably tell you what his deodorant is doing, if it's effective or not. He's so close. Snap. Here's Ellison starting off to his right now, takes it up the middle to the left. A late flag comes in as Ellison gets brought down at the 9. Boy, Ellison is really crafty back there. And I thought he was going to take the right side because he had room, but he took it into the left, and it's going to be a face mask penalty. And I think it's going to be on John James. John James out of the University of Cincinnati. Defensive back for this Havoc team.
First and 10 for the Cats from the 19-yard line.
And that'll bring up a first down on the penalty. Advances it out to the Peach State 19. Peach State going left to right here. Their first possession of the second half. They did get that Uno, that single point on the kickoff. Havoc answered with a touchdown, extra point, and an Uno of their own. Motion man comes on the left side. Ball on the turf. Ellison gets back on it, but it squirts out. It's still loose. And finally the whistle blows. Bodies tumbling to the 15. The Havoc get the football. What a fight for the football there, and Christian Russell took it away. And Russell with a fumble recovery. And if I'm not mistaken, that'll be the second one for him in the game.
16-yard line.
It is the third turnover for Peach State here in this football game. Havoc have 2 with a couple of interceptions. And now the Havoc get the football back here with 9:32 to go in the third. They're going to have the ball in Peach State territory for the third time in this game. They'll operate from the Cats' 16-yard line. And before we run this play, looks like we have a timeout on the field. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is. A timeout on the field. 9:32 to go here in the first half. And we'll be back, or rather third quarter, and we'll be right back with more from a raucous Florence Center after this timeout. You're listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs.
www.hopehelp.org for more information. The Carolina Havoc would like to thank Pepsi Cola, the official soft drink of your Carolina Havoc, Aquafina, the official bottled water, and Gatorade, the official sports drink. Let's go Havoc!
All right, it is 31-7. And it will be Havoc football here with lead with 9:32 to go in the third. They get it after a fumble recovery. Scroggins will operate out of the gun. Ball at the 16 in Peach State territory. Quick throw left side goes to Moore, and Moore is wrapped up. Maybe got to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky. Probably lost a yard. Nice tackle made by Robert Bryce. A nice hit. Lost back to the 17, so a loss of a yard. And it's going to bring up second down and 11. He may have lost. Well, no, it is going to be second and a long 11. Scroggins will send Coleman to be the motion man. Two receivers to the right. Zimmerman, who's got a rushing touchdown tonight, is in the slot. Scroggins stepping up. Scroggins going down. He'll be tackled back at the 20-yard line. And there to get to him and bring him down was big number 68, Lamond Williams. Williams, an addition to this roster this week. Ball will be spotted outside the near hash at the 19 as the Havoc go right to left here in the third. 8 minutes, 22 seconds. Third quarter, and it's Havoc lead here 31-7, but this drive is going in the wrong direction. They've got Patrick there at fullback now. He's going to throw a block. Scroggins steps up, throws to the end zone. At the goal line, it's caught. Moore is kept out of the end zone, though, but it's a strike down to the 1-yard line. Bryce gave some aid there to Javon Horton, and they kept him out of the lineup, but a nice catch and an 18-yard completion for a first down to the 1. It'll bring up first and goal. And the key there was the Patrick block thrown from the fullback spot. So now an opportunity to score here, first and goal. Scroggins with a couple of receivers lined up to the right. They're going to send in motion Zimmerman. Scroggins gets it, and he will run to the left, lower the shoulder, in for the score. Touchdown, Havoc. Scroggins with his legs gets a score, and that makes it a 30-point game with 7:11 to go, 37-7. So Scroggins, after the 18-yard strike with the 1-yard run, and the extra point from Weber upcoming here. This to make it a 31-point advantage. The kick, the placement, it is good.
The extra point attempt by right, Kevin Weber is good.
And 38-7 is our score with 6:40 to go. A timeout will be taken, and we'll come back with more play-by-play action from the Florence Center. After this, you're listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs.
Little Jim's College Bowling for summer season. Sign up today and sign up for spring break camps and summer camps at the Little Jim's.
We've been brothers since Versace Bando. Whoa, name ringing like amigo travel. Whoa, used to be with Nasty and Santos. That's on Tommy Campbell.
Let's go, Havoc Universe. Cheer on Kevin Weber as he tries to make his third Uno of the day. Uno, Uno, Uno.
Weber kicks the football off, and this one is going to miss, getting the 1-point Uno wide left. On kickoffs here in the AAL, you can score a point if you boot it through, and that's already happened a couple of times today, but missed on that one. It'll be a touchback, though, and Peach State will go from their own 20-yard line. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the third. Clock rolling in, so by the time they get up there, we'll be below 6.5 minutes in this third quarter. Havoc looking to go to 2-0. They'll be on the road next week, then an off week, and then back here. Second weekend of April on a Sunday. Faith football day that day on the 14th. Havoc on the road next week, 2 o'clock, first road game of the year in Macon, Georgia. They'll take on the Georgia Doom, 1st and 10. And in the game now at quarterback is Payne, who got the start. Payne didn't start the second half, but Payne gets a blow delivered on him. The 7th sack of this game by the Havoc defense. And they sacked him back at the 14, so that's a loss of 6, and it's Jason Myers again.
Sack is good for 7 yards. 2nd and 17.
Well, ball on the 14. It is now 2nd and 16 and a 38-7 Havoc lead with 5:24 to go in the third. Payne sends a man in motion. It's Rico Mark. He's going to scramble for his life, and he'll get sacked. It'll be the 8th sack as he's dragged down at the 5. Nice job there by Ethan Farmer, the Tar Heel. Bringing him down, and Payne's going in the wrong direction, back to the 5-yard line.
3rd and 30 from the Cats.
And now it's 3rd and an eternity with 4:48 to go. The 3rd down and 25-yard lines, 3rd and 25 to go, I should say. They need to get the 20 in Havoc territory.
Timeout is called.
But we'll have that play on 3rd down and long coming up after these words. We'll step aside. 4:39 to go in the third, and it's 38-7. The Havoc leading Peach State here from the Florence Center. And you're listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs.
Real quick. We're going to have a parent and a child, and they're going to have the sheet laid out. The kid's going to sit on the sheet, and the parent is going to race to the 25-yard line and back to the goal. All right, you got that? What's your name?
Mark. Elijah.
Mark and Elijah.
I'm Donald.
Donald and Jake. All right, guys, let's give a round of applause for our contestants. All right. You guys ready? All right. To the 25-yard line back. On your mark, get set, go.
And they're off. Let's hear a cheer for them.
All right, guys, let's do it. Cheer on, guys. Let's hear it. Put your hands together. Woo!
Hey, good, go, all the way.
We got a winner. Let's hear it for our winner, guys.
Start your mornings with Rover's Morning Glory every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on the Rock FMs, 97.9 in Florence, 105.9 in Darlington, 94.1 in Kingstree and Lake City, and on the web at therockfms.com. You can also listen with the Rock FMs, or to the Rock FMs on the iHeartRadio app. Patrick Johnson welcoming you back to the Florence Center. Third down, 25 from the 5. It'll be Peach State here facing third and eternity with Chris Payne, the quarterback. They are coached by Marcus Filyaw, who played for the Falcons, drafted in the 6th round in 2003 out of Troy University in Alabama. Played a little bit with the Panthers, was with Saskatchewan in the CFL, played for various arena outlets, and he also coached the Atlanta Ravens of the Independent Women's Football League in their only year. On 3rd and long, they're throwing. Payne puts it in the air, picked off at the 10, intercepted downfield by Hampton. Victor Hampton to the 25-20, near side 15. He returns it down to the 10-yard line. A 30-yard interception and return, and that is the 4th turnover of the game, the first on an interception for the Peach State Cats. And now the Havoc are in danger of blowing this thing wide open. 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go. And the Havoc knock it on the door. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10. Hampton had that one played perfect. They unleashed the pass, and there was no one in a white jersey anywhere near it. It was all black-clad defenders. And now from the Peach State 10, the route could very well be on here. Havoc are going with their quarterback Q here, the backup in this game this evening. Q will get the snap. Q will throw off his back foot, lobs it up. It's bobbled, and the lineman eligible catches it for a touchdown. Zach Hooks on a 10-yard reception.
Zach Hooks with a 10-yard reception.
And that makes it 44-7. Extra point coming here from Weber. And give Q credit. That snap looked to be a little mishandled, but he, off his back foot, threw it to the back right of the end zone, and it was good. The placement by Q on the extra point is good. Weber hits the kick. And it's 44-7 now with 3:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. Now we'll stay right here. Tune in to Havoc games throughout the season right here on the Rock FMs, 97.9 in Florence, 105.9 in Darlington, and in Kingstree and Lake City on 94.1. And you can check it out on the web, therockfms.com. Listen to the Rock FMs via the iHeartRadio app. And our next broadcast will come at 3 o'clock on Sunday the 14th when the Jensen Beach Tigers come a-calling. And that'll be part of Faith Family Day here at the Florence Center. 38-point Havoc lead as they look to go to 2-0, a far cry from the 60-59 nail-biter of last week. And with 3:02 to go, Weber will get ready to kick the football off. Weber will line up, get ready to kick the football with his left foot. He approaches it. A line drive that'll bounce into the end zone. It's off the wall. That's a live ball. It'll be returned to the 5-10 and out to the 12-yard line as we have a late whistle come in. Taya Kidd played it off the bounce. And we had a player lose his helmet for Peach State. It was Anthony Green who lost his helmet there, and I think that's going to be another penalty against the Havoc here. So Peach State here in the third, and it is going to be a personal foul. Actually, that'll be against Peach State here. So I'm anxious to see. Yeah, they're going to walk it back. Apparently some of the residual damage was Green losing his helmet there, but he initiated whatever happened. So the ball will be marched down to the 6, half the distance. And with 2:56 to go, Peach State will go from the near hash left to right, down 38 with 2:56 remaining here. Third quarter. This was at halftime a 23-6 game. Here's a throw on first down. Payne took a shot, and they're going to throw it as a halfback pass, and it's going to be intercepted down at the 15. The pass went to Ellison, who was in there as a running back, and Ellison threw a wounded duck downfield, and it was intercepted at the 15, returned out to the 18, and the interception by John James. So another turnover, back-to-back interceptions. And now the Havoc with 2:38 to go. Get the football back, and they'll have it at their own 18. See if it's Scroggins back out there or if they go with Q. I think they're going to go with Q at quarterback. He gets the play. We'll run it into the huddle. Clock starts to move here in the third quarter that has seen 22 points put on the board by Carolina. So Q out of the gun. He's got a couple of receivers he's going to send in motion. Another one of his receivers there. Snap. Q with time. Q gunning it across, close to the first down. It's complete. Carter at the 20-yard line. They're going to say he got to the 22. In Peach State territory, that's going to be it's going to be second down as a completion of 9. The 23 in Peach State territory. So second and 9 upcoming. 90 seconds left here in the third. Coach Anson Yarborough wanted 80 points in this game this week, but that was before the fate of Clark was totally known. But the offense has looked a lot better here in the second half. Toss sweep in the backfield, and it'll be a first down run across the 20. Good run by Christian Russell, and here comes another flag now. I don't know if this is going to be against the Havoc or if this is going to go on Peach State. Well, it's a first down run. And the personal foul is going to go against Carolina here, and it's going to be on Dominic Bridges. A two-way player here, and that'll back it up, and we'll repeat second down. They're going to march it all the way back to the 21. in Carolina Havoc territory.
First and 10.
In kind of a sluggish third quarter. A lot of offensive fireworks, but it's taken a while to play this third. Minute 2 to go. They wave the clock in. Cue motion Zimmerman. 3 receivers to the right. Now they break in the pattern. The throw over the middle. Caught at the 12. Down to the 5. Nice grab there by Bridges, who atones for that penalty. And that'll get it down to the 5-yard line. 24-yard strike. 30 seconds to go before the end of the third. Q with a clap of the hands. They break the huddle. Havoc with a chance here to break 50 before the fourth. 13 seconds, clock rolling. The backfield, Russell. Under center, Q gives to Russell. Near side, 5-yard line. Dances along the wall. Is he in? No, they say he was stopped at about the 1-yard line. And that will end the third quarter. A lot of points put on the board by the Havoc there. 45-7 is our score going into the fourth, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action after this timeout. You are listening to Carolina Havoc football on the Rock FMs. It's 45-7 in favor of the Havoc here in Florence. Listen to the Carolina Havoc Coaches Show with Anson Yarborough. That's Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. on the Rock FMs. 97.9 in Florence, 105.9 in Darlington, 94.1 in Kingstree and Lake City. You can also check out the live stream on the web, rockfms.com there, and you can always get it on the iHeartRadio app with the Rock FMs. Anson Yarborough television show tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. on the Fox affiliate WFXB. So make sure to check that out. Carolina Havoc on the road next week. And you can still get group tickets, season tickets available for the remaining home schedule for the Havoc. Affordable fun here in the PD at the Florence Center this spring. CarolinaHavoc.com or 843-603-1743 to order tickets. And always use that hashtag Defend the Den. That's what they want to do here at home. Well, quite a quarter for the Havoc there, as they were up 23-6 at halftime, and they put 22 points on the board that quarter to make it 45-7. And we're about to get the fourth quarter underway here. Havoc will break the huddle. They've got the ball down at the 1-yard line after a big completion and then run. Looked like that Zimmerman was almost in, but he was stopped, and they actually say officially at the 2. So that's where we'll start this drive, or this set of downs here with the second and goal from the 2. In motion goes Coleman. Q rolling, Q throwing. It's deflected and out of the back of the end zone. He had Coleman posted up along the wall there, all 5'9" of him. But a big reach and the ball knocked away. Good defense by the linebacker Greg Pullum. And now 3rd and goal. 45-7 is our score here in the 4th quarter. Havoc with 14.5 to go. And that's all that stands between them and a 2-0 start. Havoc break the huddle. Carter out on the wide side of the field, which is the near side. Zimmerman is lined up as the receiver on the far side. In motion goes Coleman, right side. They're going to give it to the back, and it'll be a touchdown run. Christian Russell with his 2nd run of the 2nd half. Russell's played quite a game here. And Russell with a 2-yard run makes it 51-7 with the extra point pending. So a much more crisp 2nd half offensively. It was the defense with the 6 first half sacks that helped build that 23-7 halftime lead, and Weber will get ready to kick here as the placement is down, and the kick is blocked. Live ball. It's picked up on the near side wall by Darius White. He'll lateral it back to the 1-yard line, and the Peach State player spun down at the 4 after that block. Extra point, and I think it may have been Xavier Walker that came through. So the block kick stops the clock at 13-10, and it's 51-7. And we'll await the kick here from Weber. That was a good push up the middle by Peach State. And now the Havoc will head down to the end zone to our left. They'll get ready to kick the football away. And Peach State will get their hands on it. Kidd awaits the extra point, or the kickoff, I should say. Peach State trying to get their personnel straight out there. And now they got it right out there with 8 guys. 13-10 to go in a 51-7 game. Weber will approach the football. It's a liner that will go out of bounds. It missed the uprights. Wide right. So it'll be a touchback. And from the 20-yard line, Peach State will operate here. 13-10 to go. For those of you listening on the Rock FMs, we're about to leave you, and when we do, you can go to the Carolina Havoc Facebook page or the Carolina Havoc YouTube page to watch the conclusion of this broadcast. We go inside of 13 minutes. Peach State has Chris Payne out there at quarterback. Clock rolling here. Trey Fulton along with Rico Mark on the near side lined up as a receiver. Now they got Kip Holton out there too in the slot. Payne with the back behind him, Kidd. Send in motion, Paulton. He'll approach the line. The snap, fumbled again, and this time Payne jumps on it at the 20. Payne has had a real struggle tonight with his center.
Carolina Havoc. Call them today at 843-407-6511.
Bring up 2nd and 10 with 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the fourth. 51-7. Havoc with a huge half here. They've held Peach State to just 1 point here in the second half on that kickoff that went through the uprights. The Uno, they call it here in the AAL. And another fumble on the snap. And Payne dived back on it again.
Fumble on the snap.
And again, we're about to leave you here on radio on the Rock FMs with a 51-7 score. Big thanks to Jaeger Tedder for his assistance tonight back at the Radio Ranch. And we will greet you again on April 14th with another radio broadcast. Head over to the Facebook page or the YouTube page for the Carolina Havoc to take in the conclusion of this game. Might squeeze in one more play on radio here before the departure. 10:45 to go, and loss of 1 back to the 19. It's 3rd and 11. Payne, and does not get very far, up to the 20. And it is another fumble, and it's a recovery by the Havoc. That's it for our radio broadcast. Find us on social media, Facebook and YouTube for more. And we will have the conclusion of this game on those outlets.
Liberty Station is the official pregame meal provider for
After those
You can find them on Facebook.
series of fumbles on 3 straight, we had a couple of flags, and unfortunately a stoppage of the clock with 10:39 to go, because this one is no doubt going the way of the Havoc at 51-7. For those of you on social media, Patrick Johnson with you. We were on radio until 9:05 tonight, and had the game been a little more competitive, they were going to stay with the radio side, but here we are on social media, Facebook and YouTube. It has been a huge second half for the Havoc. Havoc have scored 28 points in the second half. And after the fumble recovery, the Havoc, with 10:39 to go, will snap it from their own 20-yard line. Four turnovers on 4 possessions for Peach State in this second half. And they have taken a media timeout for radio purposes. But seeing we are not on there, it'll give us a chance to let you know that group tickets are still available for the remaining home schedule for the Carolina Havoc. Affordable fun at the Florence Center this spring. All you got to do is log on to CarolinaHavocFootball.com or call 843-603-1743 to order tickets and be a part of defending the Den. If you want single game tickets, Ticketmaster or the Florence Center box office during normal business hours. 1st and 10. Here's Scroggins, who got the start tonight. Ran into his own man down to the 22. Maybe the 23. He collided with Marquez Pear. And they're going to give credit to Anthony Green.
And the other location in Lake City. You can also visit them on the web at physiosc.com. Move better, live better, play better.
little confusion over the call here, it appears. Scroggins will send Coleman into the backfield and have him be the motion man. Here's the snap. Scroggins out of the reach and almost intercepted. Coleman diving for it.
It's incomplete. 3rd and 8 for your Havoc.
And defensively, Mulkey was there.
The official corporate housing partner of the Havoc, with several court lanes to choose from. Visit them at reserve@millcreek.com.
All Havoc here with 9 minutes to go. Jesse Scroggins, the former Pac-12 quarterback, rolls to his right on 3rd down. A flag, throws behind his receiver. And I think we might have a hold. Hold will be called on Zach Hooks. So we'll repeat 3rd down.
The official signed merchandise provider of your Carolina Havoc. Come check us out outside of section 310 for Havoc t-shirts, keychains, and much more. Like us on Facebook at Out of This World Screen Printing in Darlington.
They wave the clock back in. 8.5 to go. From the 23, Peach State decided to decline the penalty and just have them go for it on 4th down here. Scroggins, they pick up the blitz. Scroggins stripped from behind, and the ball rolls into the hands of Pear. Pear recovers the fumble, and they'll turn it over on downs. I think it was Patton. Maybe, or was it?
On the Havoc 11-yard line.
I think it was Patton who, playing defense, got the strip. So they recover the fumble.
Catch a ball during the game
And with 8:07 to go,
courtesy of Out of This World Screen Printing, located at 127 South Main.
we'll have a turnover on downs. Peach State from their own 11. It's been a bad starting field position game for Peach State. And they've got it in their best spot they've had all day, the Carolina 11. Kevin Ellison, the rookie, in the game now for Peach State at quarterback. He's had some impressive plays. He has their longest play from scrimmage in the game, a scurry earlier in the game that set him up for a field goal that they missed. He's going to swing a pass near side to Rico Mack, and Rico Mack hit along the line near the 5 at the wall.
And 4 from the 5-yard line.
Hit delivered by Russell, who's been everywhere tonight. 2nd down, 4 from the 5. It was a gain of 6. Clock moving here with 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go. 51-7, as you see. The Havoc have dominated here in the second half. Ellison under center. Handoff goes to Kidd. Kidd stuffed at the 4.
And the run is good for no gain.
Nice job there by Malcolm Carter, former Syracuse Orangeman.
3rd
3rd and 4 upcoming. They can get a fresh set of downs if they get it down to the 1. 6 minutes to go in this second contest. It'll be a much different game next week. You have to imagine, though, as good as the Havoc have been, when you go on the road, it's always a little different operation. And a tough spot for Peach State to open their season after the Havoc already had a game in and open up things here on the road against a team that was coming off a very emotional win over Cape Fear last week. Ellison sends the man in motion. Snap, ball loose, picked up, and it will be a touchdown. Kip Paulton recovers another fumble, and this time it's enough for a touchdown as he got it at the 1 and then just fell into the end zone. So we'll go inside of 5 minutes here, and it's 51-13 with the extra point pending. They've had some kicking issues tonight with Richardson. He missed one earlier on an extra point, but he did hit a single point on the Uno earlier. Richardson had no college experience, was just a high school kicker. Peach State has had a hard time getting their personnel straight on these special teams late. High snap. Richardson's kick again off to the right.
The extra point attempt is no good.
4:20 to go.
You're having 51, the Cats 13.
And it's 51-13 after the missed PAT. Havoc will get it back.
Saturday, April 14th, as they take on the Jensen Beach Tigers at 3:05 p.m.
Well, fans, we hope you will unite at #OnePride and help your Carolina Havoc defend the den. That's another hashtag. The Havoc will return to the Florence Center on Sunday, April 14th, when they host the Jensen Beach Tigers. That's a key matchup. The game kicks off at 3:05. Tickets available now online at carolinahavoc.com or by calling 843-603-1743. Also available through Ticketmaster or here at the box office of the Florence Center. It is Faith Family Football Day that day. A lot of great events are planned that Sunday. Carolina Havoc, Arena Football, One Pride. So we'll see if Richardson can repeat the feat. He knocked one through for an Uno or a single point to start the half. This one, though, tailing well away. Here's the return by Hampton, and Victor Hampton goes airborne.
The return is good for 17 yards.
It was a very nice
First and 10
hit
for your Havoc. Don't forget to catch the head coach
made by Damon Dow for Peach State.
11 a.m. on Sunday.
And the return comes out to the 18-yard line.
WFHB TV, the official television station for your Carolina Havoc.
Just over 4 minutes to go in this one. Havoc much better defensively against a team that had some offensive questions. And one thing that Carolina did in this game, they never let Peach State get comfortable offensively. They've had closing in on double-digit sacks. Peach State is not taking care of the football at all in the second half. Q in out of the gun. Could have been an offsides. Flag wasn't thrown. Q trying to buy some time. It's thrown away out of bounds. He had a whole host of defenders coming after him. Pullen was one of the ones chasing him down. Also Jackson. Second down. Couple receivers, including Zimmerman, who's already got a touchdown. He's in the slot to the left. Top of your screen there. Low snap on second down. Some time, the throw. Incomplete.
The pass is incomplete. Intended
He wanted Coleman.
for Alex Coleman.
There defensively popping up is Darius White.
The 18-yard line.
.225 to go in the ball game. Kane over the ball at center. It's C.J. Kane. To his left is Pear. To his right, Zach Hooks. Hooks, that lineman eligible with that single digit. He's already got a touchdown reception in the game. He's throwing a block here. Over the middle, Q overshot Zimmerman. And they'll bring up 4th and 10.
Incomplete pass intended.
So it looks like Peach State may get their hands on this football
4th and 10.
one more time to try to make it a little more respectable on the scoreboard.
And here comes Kevin Weber. And the field goal team.
Well, they're going to try a field goal here with Weber. This will be a 37-yard try for Weber. It'll be his 3rd field goal if it's good. Weber got it.
And the field goal is good.
It is good. Now get together.
54-13 with a minute to go, but hold everything. We have flags.
All right, guys, we got
Defense had lined up in a illegal formation. Penalty is waved off, and with a minute to go, that's a very nice cherry on top of this winning Sunday. 54-13. Weber's been excellent with the kicking game, and if he can continue that throughout the year, that will give this Havoc team a real advantage in the AAL. Good kickers at any level of football are hard to come by, and he's been excellent here tonight. 3 field goals, including that 37-yarder. He was hitting from that distance in warm-ups here way before the game today. So Weber will have a chance for an extra point here in the form of the Uno, the single point on the kickoff.
If you are in section 206, row TC4, you have won tickets to the Darlington video.
Well, you can follow the Carolina Havoc as you are on either YouTube or Facebook here by liking the Carolina Havoc Arena football page. Subscribe to the YouTube Carolina Havoc page. Team is also on Twitter at Arena Havoc, and there's also an Instagram page. Always use the hashtags Defend the Den for home games. And One Pride. Here's the kick. Way right. And it will be a touchback. 1 minute to go. Let's see what Peach State might come out with here. The defense has been excellent. You know they're going to do everything they can to keep Peach State out of the end zone. Their touchdowns tonight have come on a pick 6 and then a fumble recovery by a lineman. So no offensive touchdowns the conventional way with the play being run. Trying to get the defensive personnel straight. Carter stays on the field. Russell will come off.
Section 206, Row D, seat 4.
And we're waiting for the referee to get this final minute underway. Ball will start. Clock will start, I should say, on the snap.
Make some noise for your defense.
Chris Payne, who started the game and has had a tough outing, sends Evans in motion. And this time a flag is thrown. Clock stops after just 6/10 came off. So it'll be a false start.
First and 15 from the 15.
And the ball will be backed up to the 15-yard line. Havoc on the road in Macon on Saturday against the Georgia Doom at 2 o'clock. An off week and then back here. I hope you'll join us on the radio side, which will be the Rock FMs in this area. And, of course, the video stream also. 3 receivers now to the left. As Evans will go in motion again. First and 15, Payne. And he might have got the first down. Depends on where they spot him. I think they're going to spot him shy of the 20.
The gain is good for
So that's a 14-yard pickup. Longest gain for Payne on the ground. Clock rolling here as we near a half minute. It's a 41-point game. Peach State will fall to 0-1. The Havoc will move to 2-0.
defense.
Payne with 12 seconds remaining. Sends Evans in motion. Snap high to his left, and it'll be another sack, and what a way to end it.
Another Havoc sack.
Double digits in sacks, and that's a great way to finish this one up.
The Peach State Cats.
Coach Yarborough's team 2-0 before they head out on the road. And a big victory here tonight, 54-13.
Football this evening.
The final against the Peach State Cats. The Havoc in action next week on the road at Macon against the Georgia Doom, 2 o'clock. More details on that, CarolinaHavocFootball.com or the AALFootball.com. And we will be back here on the 14th for Faith Family Football Day. And you can get your tickets through the website, CarolinaHavocFootball.com.
We'll begin in 10 minutes.
I'm Patrick Johnson. The final here tonight, Havoc with a huge second half, and they get the convincing 54-13 win. Good night from the Florence Center.